What's up guys, welcome to Echo Productions. I'm Silas Willoughby, and today we're taking a look at the winners of the Inspirational short film contest that I'm hosting with Paul Grossclose. And since we got so many great entries from you guys, we decided to add a second and third place prize as well. The second place winner will receive a swoosh transition sound effect pack that isn't currently out to anyone else, and 2 royalty-free music tracks. Finally, on top of all that, you will receive my custom LUT that I use for most of my color grading projects. I made a video on how to color grade using this LUT a while back if you want to check that out. And the third place winner will receive my custom teal and orange LUT and the whoosh sound effect pack. Anyway, enough talking, let's take a look at our third place winner.
Hi, you don't know me. I'm a nobody. And I'm kind of hoping for that fact to change. So the reason I'm here is because I have been living in a sort of fantasy world for the past 2-ish years. As stupid as it sounds, I have big dreams, but I never really did anything about it. And I seem to think that if I wanted this as badly as I did, if I just sat and waited, surely my dreams would just happen, right? No! Wrong. Very, very wrong. In order for your dreams to work, you have to work as well. But that's not just something that I have to do. It's something I want to do too. I have been writing my own poems and stories since as long as I can remember. I've been writing my own music and playing it ever since I got my first guitar. And filming and photography has always been a huge passion of mine, and now I finally have a way to share it, which is something I have been wanting to do for so long you would not even believe. I've been wanting to get my voice out there and be creative and do something and achieve what I want to. But I was just so afraid of what other people would think of me. I was afraid of being laughed at or judged, or people thinking that I was stupid or something like that. Just something that I'm so tired of happening to me that I guess I just gave up trying. People say that life begins where fear ends. And you know what? I'm not afraid anymore. Because at least I tried and gave it my best shot. And if for some crazy reason, in the end I do achieve what I want to, the reward would be much, much greater than the risk ever was. So here I am. I'm just me. And if for some reason that I will never understand, you're thinking about sticking around, like this video and maybe even subscribe. Because even though this all means so much more to me than that, that's all I have for the time being at least. Because I have poems, songs and stories to write. I have music to play, videos to film, pictures to take, nothing to lose, and a world to see. So thank you for listening to all the crazy stuff I had to say. Until next time, bye.
I really dug this one. The story felt well executed, but like Paul said, something was missing. And I think that main thing that was lacking was, well, experience. Filmmaking is about storytelling, and I think you did that really well, but I do think you missed the other parts a bit. But overall, this was a great film. I love the pacing and the music choice, and I really like the storytelling. Anyway, on to our second place winner.
Hi guys, I'm Mads and I'm an amateur filmmaker from the UK. Ever since I was small, I've loved films, loved watching them, loved talking about them, and now I've discovered I love making them. But among the ups of making a film, there are many downs hidden along the way. It's demotivating to see a project that you've been working on for so long crash and burn in the final stages of production. And when you believed in your idea and finally watch it back, you realise that so little has gone right and so much has gone wrong. So if the process is all hard work and so little payoff, then why do we make films?
When this question arises, it's hard for me to explain because I feel led to make films. Not only is it fun and exciting, but it's an important aspect of modern life. Our beliefs and our stories are now intertwined into a cinematic experience. But for me, I love the visual side of filmmaking. I like it when I carefully compose my shot or craft the lighting for different moods and tones.
I make films to inspire, to impact, and to influence those who are watching.
What's up, my name is Oliver, and I love making films because to me, just the process of coming up with an idea, coming up with a story, and filming all the footage, editing that footage, taking my idea and turning it into a film, that process is just so much fun. I can't think of many things in the world that are as fun as the filmmaking process.
The reason I make films is because I've got so many different story ideas going on in my head, and it allows me to get them out there, get them on page, and then get them on screen and let people watch them.
And there's nothing quite like finally figuring out that puzzle piece, putting it together, and watching what you've come up with.
I create because I love this community that YouTube has created, and I also love the scripting, the filming, the editing, and everything in between.
I make films not because it's something I dream of, but because if I don't make them, then there'll always be a part of me that feels like I haven't told the stories that I want to. The reward is not the reaction from everyone else, but the realization that all your hard work, those hours, minutes and seconds that have gone into this project have all been worth it. And whilst you might not be entirely proud of the result, it's something that you've created from scratch. It's the passion that you have for making films that motivates you and drives you. So that's why we create films. Why do you?
I thought it was really cool how you reached out to so many other filmmakers for this one to help you out. Filmmaking is about collaborating with other artists, and you did a great job with that aspect of it. One thing that I would suggest is to tighten up your edit a little bit. Now, I don't think I saw anything that I would have cut, just try to keep that pacing moving along. It did feel a little bit slow at points. And one other thing I would suggest is that you should use more B-roll for the parts where you're talking to us and explaining your story. The general rule is to show us at least something new at least every 15 seconds, or the human mind starts to get bored. But overall, great video. Totally deserving of a spot on our winners list. Now, let's jump into our number 1.
Why do you make? I believe that's a question every creator must ask themselves at some point. It's a question I didn't know the answer to until recently. Now, I've been creating since I can remember, but it wasn't always movies. I can't tell you the amount of paper airplanes I've folded, or the ones I even designed myself. I used to have a briefcase dedicated to holding the supplies I needed to make paper guns. When I couldn't find any instruction on how to make a spring-loaded paper knife, I designed it myself with my sister's hair tie. I would make my mom think I was going to burn the house down when I made smoke bombs. I made my neighbors think they were gunshots when I made bombs with vinegar and baking soda. And I would always be eager to help my dad with any projects he was working on. In the 5th grade, we had to make mousetrap cars for a project. I made mine out of a rubber chicken. At the end of that year, my teacher gave me
Thomas Edison work.
because I was so inventive. I'm not sharing these things with you to brag in any way. I just want you to have an understanding of how much of my life has been devoted to making. I've been making since I could walk. Even though I haven't been making movies for that long, I've still always had an interest in cameras. When I look at some of the first photos I ever took, I'm honestly surprised with how not terrible they are. Here's one of my grandpa. He's the reason I ever got into photography. When I was in 7th grade, he let me borrow his Canon 40D because I was elected essay historian at my school. He was always eager to answer all my questions I had. On November 11, 2017, he suddenly passed away. I thought I was going to be okay, and I was at first. But at his memorial, it hit me. I got depressed, devastated. I felt alone, and I felt numb. I dreaded school because I didn't want to have to pretend to be okay. I stopped making and spent most of my time just wasting the days away. I was at a low and didn't see a way to get back up. Then something clicked. I was done waiting to get motivated, so I motivated myself. Everything inside me was telling me not to change, but I didn't listen. I decided I was going to make an Instagram story every day and post a YouTube video twice a week. I didn't think anything else in my life would change, but I was wrong. The happiness and joy I get from making, it's what I live off of. Without making, I'm nothing, and I hadn't realized it until now. So why do I make? I make because it makes me happy. Making something that others can enjoy is what brings me satisfaction in my life. I make because it's what keeps me alive. So why do you? Stop waiting to get motivated, because motivation comes after you start. It comes from the momentum of pushing through. It comes from those times when you say, I really don't want to do this, but you do it anyways. You don't listen. If you're looking for inspiration from this video, you'll be disappointed. Don't even wait till the end to see if it motivates you. Click away. Now. What are you waiting for? Go. Make.
So that just happened. This one was really fantastic. I literally just sat there at the end of this film staring at the black screen on the end. I tried to leave a comment or some type of feedback on all of your entries, and this is all I could come up with for this one. And this was Paul's first thoughts. So yeah, anyway, we will be sending out all of your prizes soon, so make sure to check your emails. I've put the links for the winners' videos in the description down below, so make sure to check them out and give them some feedback. I've also put links to a couple honorable mentions. But that's all I've got for you guys today. This has been Echo Productions. I'm Silas Willoughby, and I'll see you in the next one.